Before this video starts, this show is going to be a series with me and Moriah Nguyen, aka Asianballerboi. This is a partnership, and this series will be going over all of Asianballerboi's music. Hey, what's good? This is Preston, and today we will be diving into Asianballerboi's new EP, Dragonballerboi. Okay, so it's Asianballerboi on the other side of the screen, so let's just get into the questions. Did you edit the video?
For the trailer, yeah, I edited the video because some people, like myself, don't like, we have our own styles, so we don't like other people editing, like, for us, because, like, it's not always us. And besides, we get to see the video first, so, yeah. And I ain't rich to get that freaking editor. I ain't got no editors.
Okay. Was there any nostalgia looking back at those old clips that played in the video?
Yes. Yes. Those videos were actually, like, in order, so I went, like, all the way back. Like on YouTube, I went all the way back to like the oldest video I could find of my face, and then it slowly got me going older. I don't think a lot of people noticed that, but yeah, I got a bunch of nostalgia. I was super chubby. I mean, I don't know if I am now though, but like, yeah, nostalgia runs back. Like, yeah.
Okay, would you like to go into your quote that you said in the video, which was, many people make their own fantasies to hide from reality because of what reality may bring to them. Some will stay in their fantasies forever and never emerge from it?
Yes. So that quote basically meant some people, like, they hide themselves, like, in their own personal bubble. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but some people hide in their own bubble or fantasy, in my perspective. They hide in their own bubble and they never emerge because reality just sucks, dude. There's like so much people in the world that just wants to like pop that bubble. So some people never emerge, but through this EP, it's not really part of the quote, but after I say some people never really emerge from it, I say, but I on the other hand have emerged, because I have emerged through this EP, and that fantasy was Dragon Ball Z. I really love that show and that anime, so yeah.
Before we start getting into the real interview, did you make any of the beats or instrumentals per se?
I know. Okay, so the instrumentals are like really good, right? But sadly, I didn't make any of them. I just stripped it away from YouTube, I think, and. But okay. So this puts me apart from like different video makers or YouTubers. I low-key don't like to call myself that, but. I always put my music in the links in the description, because in other people's videos, I always have to Shazam it and all that stuff. I always put it in my videos, so, yeah.
Okay, I like the EP art. Did you draw it yourself?
Yes. Going back to the thing where I said I don't like editors, I low-key don't like anybody working for me, because, yeah, I make everything myself. Everything you see on my channel is me, besides the basketball mixtapes, because my brother wants to edit them, because he's in the video. But yeah, I drew it. It took about 2 months, I think, to draw all of that, because I had to get all the editing, all the stuff, and I had to draw all of it. So, yeah.
Okay, where did you get your inspiration for the EP art?
For the EP art, obviously Dragon Ball Z, but that photo was actually taken... Like, the real side of the photo was actually taken before I had, before freaking, what is it called? The freaking coronavirus even happened. It goes back. So, that mask is, like, it's not, like, generic to the coronavirus. It's just there because you see me wearing the mask in my, Hot Popcorn album, too. So, I didn't hop on no waves. I started it.
Could you explain the title? Because it may seem a little odd that the name is similar to the name of the whole EP.
Okay, so, the name of the title, right? It's like Dragonballerboi Saga, and then the EP is called Dragonballerboi. So, the saga, I want it to be like a trailer to like a new show, a new movie or something. So the Dragonballerboi Saga like sets the tone for, cause that's what most like EPs and albums are. They just like the first song always sets the tone for it. So yeah, that's why they're like so similar to each other.
Okay, there are many references to Dragon Ball in this song, and maybe throughout the whole EP. Can you explain some? Like, what does Beyond Blue mean?
Okay, so Beyond Blue is a form that a character in Dragon Ball Z goes that is exceeding beyond. Okay, so there's a Super Saiyan form that is like God level, right? Beyond Blue, that level is called Blue, and then Beyond Blue is like beyond that. So there's God level and there's like super God level, I guess. But yeah.
Okay. Also, what is Kaioken?
Kaioken is an energy multiplier. So let's say you go that blue form, and then you use Kaioken, which is like it multiplies it. So.
Okay. And in the section where you talk about whiskey, beer, and Kais, what are you talking about? Because I'm lost, and so are some of the maybe non-Dragon Ball fans.
Okay, so when I say gay like whiskey, like there's a character called Whis. So there's like Whiskey. I mean, his name is basically based off of whiskey anyway. And then I say, call me Supreme because the Kais bless me. Kais are like a deity form. So, yeah, bless me and stuff. And the beer line is, it's basically, okay, there's a god of destruction called Beerus in the show. So, his name is also based off of alcohol, which is beer. So, I say, what did I say? I said, my cup of beer is so empty. So it's like beerus. So it's like beer is. So, yeah, that all just works together, I guess.
Okay, and lastly, in your somewhat chorus or breakdown bit, where everything slows down, why is Dragon Ball GT garbage? I thought you liked Dragon Ball.
I do like Dragon Ball, but I feel like that is the worst representation of Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball GT is just all over the place and it doesn't compare to Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. It's just there. I mean, I do hate on it, but like at the same time, I could accept it. So, yeah.
Okay, I have to ask, out of all those references, which bar or stanza was your favorite?
Ooh. Okay, so I don't know because like the whole of the song is just a bunch of references to Dragon Ball Z because like I said before, this sets off the tone cuz everything is referenced about Dragon Ball in this whole EP. So far at least. So this sets the tone. So everything is like a punchline in this. Everything. So I don't really know. But if I had to say, I think it was the Beerus Kai Whis line.
Okay. And off of what you just said, it seems that there is like some lyrical explosions happening here and there. How did you write this song, and did you get inspiration from somewhere?
How I write my songs, I guess I find the instrumental, which takes like 2 weeks, cause like I just scroll through YouTube, looking for them, and then like once I have the instrumental, I put it in my music app on my iPad, which is GarageBand. I'm the coldest GarageBand user out here. But I just like put it on a loop and then I just write down stuff. And I see where it takes me. And if it doesn't sound good, I'll erase it and then keep on going.
Okay. And do you write anywhere in specific, like any place?
No. Actually, I guess, but I usually write anywhere if I'm working on any project. So, I write at home, I write in the car, I write at freaking, I don't know, a fast food restaurant. I could write anywhere.
Okay, so in the breakdown bit again, you say, never hit 100, well look at me. What does 100 mean, and why are you flexing on it?
100 means 100 subscribers! Let's go! But I only gained 21 subscribers from them, but I'm still proud of it. That's crazy, though. Think about it. 100 people, like, you don't know any of them, just subscribe to you. It's kind of crazy to me. So, yeah, I flex on that sometimes, and, like, dude, it's so hard to get subscribers on YouTube, but once you hit like milestones slowly and slowly, you start to build up your confidence. And yeah 100 subscribers, bro.
Okay, what is the intention or aspiration behind the song in general?
The intention of the song was to set the tone, but obviously, like, you know, this is the song where, like, this is also, like, the best song in the EP in my opinion, but actually, I don't know, they're all good. But this song was, like, the starter. This is, like, the start of it. This is the first song I made, so I didn't change up the order in this EP at all. The way they're ordered is how you see them, but this song was the starter, so I wanted to go like all out, bang on, so people who would listen would like it's like, oh shoot, dude, this dude's actually pretty good. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the EP. I wanted this to like get their attention and just catch their eye, or their ears.
Also, how do you feel about this song obviously being the currently most listened to song in the EP, being the first song of the EP?
Like I just said, it like orders, so I made this first, and it went super hard. Like, I mean, obviously, with my views or whatever on YouTube, whatever at least like music or like an album or like an EP, the first song always gets the most views, cause it's always the first that's gonna get listened to, cause it's in like the beginning of the EP. Like intro for like the hot popcorn thing, that one got the most views at the album, I think, and that one did too. So I feel like it did what it needed to do and like grab the viewers' attention.
Okay. Okay. Who or what is Rosé, and why is it the title of the song? Does it have any meaning behind it?
Okay, so Rosé is another form in Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, I guess. It's like a Super Saiyan Rosé, which is like a really cool, like, pink-colored hair, but it's a very sinister vibe, and I just like it, you know? It's a really nice, yeah.
Who's talking in the beginning, and do you think it was necessary to put it in the song to finally make it to the EP?
So, with this EP, I wanted to make, like, audio snippets. Like, this isn't part of the beat, okay? I add those there because in the beginning it just sounds a little dry. I don't want some parts to be just like instrumental. I want there to be like something to listen to, you know, like vocally wise.
So in the beginning, it seems to have a barrage of bars that may skip past the listener's ears. Can you maybe explain those bars?
So pull up, what's it called? Pull up, front row, to the toe, pull, power, pull, go. So, in the beginning, I do a lot of those Dragon Ball Z references again, to try to still maintain the level of Dragon Ball references and punchlines, but in the first two songs, I really wanted to just, like, go off and go ham, you know? Like, go, in the beginning, the intro is just like, freaking, pull up, squad goes front row, to the, and then it just, like, it's like a rapid fire, you know, in the beginning, so it like keep on going.
Yeah.
Just wanted to like explode in the beginning, so it's like, oh shoot, it's hard or something, so people would like jam out to it.
In my opinion, you said many words a little faster than usual in the song. So do you think that the amount of words crammed into the song with the additional effort of saying all of them and making them flow, do you think that it may have interrupted the way the song would sound in the long run?
Yes.
I meant long run.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I did, and I kind of hinted at it when I said, going too fast, gotta slow it down or something like that. I felt like during where the beat low-key went down a little bit, I crammed a lot of words into there, but I couldn't find another way to make all of it flow together. So I guess that was my only way out.
Okay. I didn't really understand the stanza of where you went off and said double Sunday, double Subway, and triple whatever. Can you maybe elaborate on that?
Okay, so double Sunday, okay. What I basically meant by that's another Dragon Ball Z reference. I told you, bro, this is like so much references, but if you know, you know. But a double Sunday is basically, it's a move, so it's like an energy blast, I guess. And then I go on to say double and then triple to keep that barrage of double, triple going.
Okay, so in the middle of the song, where there was a breakdown bit with the Dragon Ball audio of someone talking the song, why did you add it there?
So when I do the instrumentals, I don't really like change the beat because I feel like that would ruin it. So in the whole instrumental, there's just that one bit just there that hasn't. I can't really like rap over it. So I was trying to find a way, and then I realized, oh wait, I did audio for the other songs. Maybe I could do it like right here too. So I just added that whole bit there, and then I went on to go ba 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 ba, and then go rapid fire right after.
Oh, okay. And also, you seem to sound more serious in the song than any other song in the EP, which is kind of a spoiler, I guess, but anyway, you seem more serious in the song. Is there a reason for that, or something else?
For this song, I would say a little serious, but I feel like it's more like, it's just hard-hitting. I feel like that's a word, but I don't know if that's a tone. But, the seriousness in the song is just like, I think it's my voice, because I sound like really like da 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 and stuff. So I feel like it is more serious, but yeah, I guess.
Okay, so moving into the song, it feels and sounds really good, beat and vocal-wise. Although you didn't really make the instrumental, why did you choose this beat?
Okay, so I forgot to mention this. For all the beats, or like most of the beats in the EP, they're all like remixes of like actual Dragon Ball like OSTs or like their own music in the show. So they're all, so if you go in the links, it's like trap remix and stuff, because they are trap remixes. But for this beat in particular, I don't know what reference it came from. It just had a Dragon Ball Z thing in it, and I was like, yeah, okay, maybe this could go in. And then I heard it, and then it went like, it was so subtle, but it was so like, it was so like, I don't know, bro. It was a really good beat though. I feel like my beat selection is pretty good, especially when I rap over them as well.
Okay, so going deeper into that question, how do you find your beats?
So basically, sometimes, someone called me a nerd, but sometimes I go, off on random strings and just search up Dragon Ball Z, instrumentals or something. And then I had the idea for this EP to go, oh wait, what if I do a remix? Some of the beats could actually be used as samples. So, I looked for like Dragon Ball Z remixes, right? So I was just scrolling, like, for all of my beats, I just look up the name of the original soundtrack, and then I put remix at the end of it. And then I just keep going and keep going, and and then I pick out each of my favorite ones, and then I use them, and yeah, that's how I found my instrumentals, or find it.
Oh, okay. So still on the topic of instrumentals in this song, in the beginning of the instrumental it says, "Shut the hell up," by a mystery man. Could you maybe go deeper into the meaning behind it?
Okay, again, I don't really like control the instrumental. So that was just in the instrumental itself, and I feel like if I took that out, it would change the, like right after that, it would change the boom right after it. So I guess, it would change the vibe of the song, but that was the first time I think I ever like shown anything near to explicit on my channel, I think. So yeah, vocally, I guess.
Okay. Obviously, by the first set of bars, per se, you seem more chill, relaxed, and it feels like you stepped away from the explosive intros from your other songs and seemed to just glide into this song. Were you listening to any other artists or any other music that may have influenced your tone on this song?
I listened to... I don't know if I listened to anybody in particular during the song, but I noticed that I was more chill. Because the beat just sounded like chill as well, so I guess I had to like go along that same path. Because it basically just led me that way. So I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll just calm down on this one, back away from the explosiveness from the other two tracks, and yeah, that's why it sounds like that.
Okay, so now lyrically, I got a little bit confused with the line "pushing with two double pistons." Can you maybe interpret that for me or other people watching at home?
So, based on my Minecraft knowledge, yes, I'm a nerd. I play Minecraft. Pistons like push things. So, I say, but I push people and stuff like that because, you know, it's just bars. Pushing with two double pistons. Pushing with two pistons. So what I envision it to like look like that, like I was pushing people like this. But yeah.
Oh, okay. And also on the theme or filter that these songs seem to go by, which is Dragon Ball. Another Dragon Ball reference appears and just boggles my mind a little bit. When you say potential awakened, call me Guru. Who's Guru?
Okay, so the name is Namekian, and Guru that's a species. Guru happens to be one of the eldest species of the Namekians, and he has these special powers where he could awaken people's potential that they don't have, and they'll become like stronger, I guess. So yeah, my potentials are awakened, so call me Guru, you know.
Okay, so now towards the end of the song, I don't know if you noticed, you probably did, but at the last collection of bars, it seems like the last 21 bars are all the same rhymes. Did you use a rhyming website for any of this? Why couldn't you just switch up the rhyme?
Oh, you got me there. You got me. But nah, I don't use rhyming websites anymore. Sadly, I used to use them because I freaking sucked at rapping. Look at me now. But yeah, I realized, like, I didn't think people would be like, oh no, this sucks, dude. No one ever mentioned this to me before you. So I did notice it, and I think it sounded a little off. But I feel like everything else, it just made up for it. So
okay.
Yeah.
And now, in those 21 bars, there's also a line that states, I'm on a mission to destroy the addiction. What is the addiction?
This is a subtle jab. This bar is a subtle jab at the quote that I made in the beginning, talking about fantasies. I was trying to, like, destroy the addiction of me going back into this fantasy every single time everyone tried to, like, shut me down in the real world, the real reality. So I was on a mission to destroy it, and in this point of the song, I still am on the mission.
Okay. And now enough of this lyrical stuff. Your vocals in the song sounds like your voice goes deeper than the other songs. Is that because of the chillness that you put in this song, or is it there's some sort of auto-tune or something?
I feel like it's both of those things, because the chill, when I, like, laid back and stuff, I think it made my voice, like, go like this and, like, more deeper. And then the auto-tune, I guess, it's just a voice thing, a voice plugin, I guess. Okay, so basically what I recorded this on, there was, like, a setting where you could have your voice and then a second layer of your voice, but deeper. So, like, both go together. I use those effects for, like, most of my songs now, but I guess the chillness and the deep voice was because of both of those things in this song in particular. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, fourth song, 3 words, Power of Destroyers. Can you tell me the significance of the title of this song and how it may play out when someone goes on and reads Power of Destroyers, Asianballerboi?
So my title process of the song is kind of weird for, like, each individual song. But for this one, I made the whole song first without the title, and then I looked back on it to, like, try to make a title, and I was like, the theme seems to be Gods of Destruction and, like, the Dragon Ball Z references. But so I was like, what's a good name? And then I chose Power of Destroyers because it sounds good. It could make people want to look into it, because a freaking song called Power of Destroyers, like, that sounds, like, kind of epic. So, like, they would, like, you know, tap onto it and, like, oh shoot, it sounds good. So the title would live up to the actual content of the song. So.
Okay, so the song starts off in a similar way to the other songs in the EP, the Dragonballerboi Saga and Rosé. But I heard one line that boggled my mind a little bit, when you said introduction of the odds.
So, that was, like, one of the first bars. So introduction of the odds meant that it was like this was a song where it was like a little opening in me like breaking through that fantasy that I was in from the quote that I said earlier. But introduction of the odds, I wanted to be like a little introduction of me going back into reality. Like I want to be like the odd one out. Like I want to be unique as a musician, as a video maker, as all these things. So I wanted to be the odd. So it was just introduction of myself, basically.
Okay. And more on the beginning of the song, it sounded like it took a while for the instrumental to kick in. Then after the instrumental starts to give out the vibe of the song, it sounds like another Dragon Ball audio is playing in the beginning. Can you elaborate on that?
So the instrumental itself, like I said, I can't really control it. So the instrumental, it like started from like no sound and then it like built it up. But that build up was really slow, so I guess I had to like add something, but I couldn't add something like super early, so it would be like awkward, you know? So I added the audio where like the instrumental started like to pick up a little bit, and then it just put me into rapping right after that. So
okay. And I know these questions are mainly focused on the beginning for now, but the instrumental in the beginning and actually throughout the whole song, the instrumental seems a little, not distorted, but muffled in a way. Did you make it like that, or was there an issue getting the instrumental, or is it just that way when you put it on YouTube?
So, I feel like it was when I got the instrumental, because for the fourth song in the EP, like, I had all the instrumentals planned out, but I was just missing one. So I kept on looking, but all of them were like, they weren't as good. But the only thing holding me back from choosing this one was that distorted sound, that muffled sound, because the 808, the drums, they didn't really hit as hard because of the muffled audio or the instrumental. So I felt the same way about it, but I still chose it because it sounded better than the others, even if their audio was like high definition.
So, now back to the lyrical thing. There was a line in the song where you said, "Hate my music, get your own music," talking with the cap on. And then you proceed to use others' instrumentals throughout the EP. Don't you think it's kind of weird to like shoot yourself in the foot like that?
I mean, I guess, but this is basically my music. I know I don't want to take all the credit for it, but this is basically my music, because I know the instrumental is theirs, but I put the Dragon Ball audio over it. I put my vocals over it. So in a way that takes, I don't want to say take their credit and all that stuff. I don't want to be arrogant, but I feel like that takes that thing of it being their instrumental to making it my music instead. But I know I do give credit to them, so I guess. So I feel like I shot myself in the foot with like something like lighter, I guess, not with like a bullet or something.
Also on that same bar/line, you seem to bring up a familiar bar that kind of made people look down on you for. You said "talking with the cap on" in the EP and on one of your songs in the latest album, Hot Popcorn Type 1. Was it intentional?
Yes, 100% intentional. Cause people were like, bro, going genius on the song Cap. Cause I don't think you know what strap or cap on mean. I know what those mean, but that bar was to like really capitalize on, yeah, I know how to write music. I'm not like writing things just to write them. So that really just brought everything together and wrapped the whole beef, I guess, or that whole situation up and just obliterated it. So that cap line is now really good.
Oh, okay. So, this is one of the funniest lines I've heard out of the EP that seemed to catch my ear in a funny way. You say, "No need for that super gay to be powered by the sun." Who or what, so, is called the super gay?
Yeah, obviously in Dragon Ball Z, the main character is Goku, and a lot of speculation has been going on over the years about who's the strongest cartoon character, Superman or Goku? That super gay is referring to Superman. I hate Superman and that whole DC comic thing a lot. Besides the Flash, but I don't like that Superman dude, bro. So
Okay.
yeah, I feel like Goku's the stronger character. So my bias is obviously towards Dragon Ball.
So at the end, you say, so at 1 minute 34 seconds into this song, there sounds like a random dude laughing out of nowhere. Did you add that there, and was there any meaning behind it?
So at that bar, I said something about, using cheat code, the cell games is all lame. The cell games is, cell games is another reference in Dragon Ball where there's this villain and he's holding a tournament, and if they lose the tournament, the whole world gets destroyed by him. But, the cell games was, the laugh, actually, was that Cell laughing. Cell is a character. Yeah, it was Cell laughing, so I feel like all my audio that I use as like ad-libs and stuff, they correlate with what I say. I'm not just putting like random audio in it, so.
Okay. So at the end you say, proposing lame ideas, this isn't no wedding day. That was my favorite bar. What was yours, or was there any other things that you'd want to mention? Like, are there any real world mentions that you mentioned in the song?
I feel like, my favorite bar out the whole song. I don't know. I feel like it was, that part where I said, cake walk, but I'm running this. Birthday talk, but in years I'm still drumming this. That was my favorite line because the swagger I said on that, it sounded so good to me. What was the other part? What was the other part to the question? Sorry.
Okay, are there any real world mentions in the song?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me look it up. Well, on that note, I do write in this notebook, use hate as motivation. That is, also in this song, I think. No, it's in one of the songs in the EP. My favorite bar in the song, there's like a lot that I do for the song. I think it was, oh no, real world. So real world things in this, I don't think so. Besides the Superman line, I think, yeah, that's it. I don't think there's any other real world things in the song.
The very last question, at the end, there is another snippet, but it's of someone screaming. Sounds a little terrifying, but can you get deeper into it?
At the end, I don't feel like it's really a scream. It's like in the anime, they call it a battle cry. And it sounds really good if you watch that section of the anime. But I feel like, sorry. I feel like at the end, the instrumental, like, dude, I don't want the instrumental to be like by itself without any drums. It'll sound like a little awkward. So I guess I just added that at the end.
I know Freeza is a menacing character in Dragon Ball, for you people who didn't know. But why did you choose it as the title of the song? Are you implying something greater?
So in correlation with the Freeza menacing thing, yes, I went full out Freeza mode, I guess. I tried to go as sinister and menacing as possible
Okay.
because I felt like it went together with just Frieza's personality and as it being the name of the song.
Okay, so in the beginning of the song, you say the line, "You're as soft as a snowflake." Who are you referring to? Because it does show the menacing vibe of the song.
I guess, a random person. I don't know. Because in many people's, songs, they say, you and, boy, or something like that. They mention somebody, but they don't really know who they're talking about either. But I kind of feel the same way. But in a way, I feel like I could be talking to another character in Dragon Ball, like just being menacing around them, you know?
Throughout the song, you say a lot of things that could imply different perspectives of who and what you may be in the song. What perspective are you playing in the song? Is it Freeza?
I feel like most of it, yes, I am like rapping in the perspective of Freeza because the sinister things that I do say, but another half of it or another side of it is like just me like saying things because one of the bars is like in my gold form I'm truly gold and purple or something like that because that's like in Frieza's perspective. His true form is like gold and purple, so I feel like half of it is me in Frieza's perspective and half of it is just me being me.
Okay. And throughout the song, whenever you say, "Call me Cold King," what do you mean by that? Are you actually a Cold King?
I mean, I could be, but nah, but the reference that makes is Frieza's father is actually called King Cold. So to make all those bars rhyme in, I put it backwards and put Cold King, but like the implications are still there. But I mean, I am a king, and I do have a song called Cold, and I do be cold in basketball and stuff like that. But but yeah, I'm just I'm a king of the cold, you know.
Okay, so still on the topic of lines and lyrics, when you say, "Got a scum brother just like Cooler," is there any beef between you and your brother? And who is the character Cooler? Can you expand on that?
So going around the Frieza thing, I feel like Cooler is Frieza's older brother, and he's like more mature, I guess. But yeah, in that bar, I am Cooler at this point. I think the character Cooler, and yeah, I don't know, but I'm the character Cooler at this point, and my brother is Frieza. So I'm the older brother, and like yeah, so I call him Scum because you know. I mean, I feel like I think it's just banter. I don't feel like it's beef, but the banter does get real sometimes. But just gotta throw that out here. I don't feel like he listened to the EP anyway, but it's there, and yeah, he can never bite back on that.
Okay, all over the whole song, you seem to sound more sinister. For example, you say, "I take over worlds and blow them up like Namek." Is there a reason for that? Also, another reference is said here. What is Namek? Is that like a dimension or something?
No. Namek is actually a planet where with all the Namekians in the species are in. Yeah, I say that in my Namekian song, or it kind of correlates to that. But the character Freeza, he destroys that planet. So in this, I am like, in my perspective, I am Freeza, I guess. And I blow up worlds like Namek, because Namek did blow up.
Okay. Also, speaking on how the vibe is around this song, you keep rapping about things like burning things down and then freezing things up. There's obviously a thing for hot and cold here. Can you explain that to me?
So basically, Frieza, King Cold, Cooler, you see the correlation of everything being cold. But at the same time, where the hot things or the hot topic comes from, it's me, like, my bars are like fire, you know? Like, there's a thing that is like, would you rather be cold or like on fire at something? I don't know. But I feel like both of those mentions, they both mean like you're really good at this or really good at that. So I feel like the hot and cold correlation in this kind of work together in a way.
Okay. Nearing the end of the song, I feel like it's hypocritical of you to say, "No need for chorus, I only spit verses," and then you go on to do the chorus of the song. Do you have an explanation for this?
Ooh, you got me again. But I feel like the EP doesn't really have any choruses. But for this song, okay, so I write things down, right? But sometimes I run out of room. And like when I do my recordings, I like to like do it all in one go. So I don't like to flip the pages while I rap. So in that, I just ran out of room, I guess. And then I repeated the chorus, quote unquote. So I kind of shot myself in the foot there. But yeah, I guess it wasn't the best, but I don't think I could have did anything better.
Okay. Unlike the previous songs in this EP, there were no pauses for Dragon Ball audio in the song. Why was that the case?
Oh, yeah, there wasn't. I feel like because I feel like this is the last song that has like a Dragon Ball remix in it. So I feel like this was like the first step towards like actual reality into the next song. But because like I said in Power of Destroyers, that was the opening of me going into reality, and this is the bigger opening of me going into that. So I feel like it's like falling more and more away from Dragon Ball, but at the same time it still keeps that theme in a way. So like through all these songs it's just closer and closer and closer into reality. Like going back and aligning with my quote, I feel like it like really brings everything together.
Before we get into the lyrics again, the EP art seems to be different from the others. Is there anything about this song specifically that we should know, or is there any significance that you would want to point out?
For the song, yes. I changed the EP art. Yeah, I changed the EP art because I wanted it to hold significance. So if they would see like the visuals of each song, they would like scroll down and see the same picture until they get to back into reality, and they'll say like, ooh, what is this about? Why is it different? So they'll tap on it and they'll like understand, because I wanted this song to like really stand out, and that's why it's like near the end.
So far, unlike other So far, unlike the other songs in the EP, this is the first song that has no Dragon Ball audio anywhere in the song. What is the significance of this?
So like from the other songs, or the other question, I guess, I said I wanted to keep on stepping back, and this was like the final step. And through this song, it takes more steps and then finally breaks free. So from that fantasy of mine, but like the Dragon Ball theme low-key fades away, and actually it does fade away in this song. But yeah, that's why there's no audio, no nothing.
Okay, so for the visuals of this song, the album covers keep swapping. Is there a reason for this?
Yes. This song is the definition of, yes, I want to step back from the fantasy of Dragon Ball Z, because this is specific to this EP. So it swaps because that shows that I'm changing low-key. Oh no, not low-key. It shows that I'm changing from that fantasy, which is that other EP art, to this EP art, which is more into reality. So it changes and changes and changes until it makes its final decision to change into the new EP art, which is basically me going back into reality, hence the title.
This song is there's clearly something different from the other songs, but the song seems more personal than iconic. It's obviously steered away from any Dragon Ball references. Why is that?
I feel, on the personal note, yes, this song is really personal to me, but it's not like not listenable, that the emotion is like too much for it, but it's the right amount of personal in it. So I feel like me going back into reality for this song had to mean I had to put some real world problems that I had in the song. So that's why it sounds more personal.
Okay. Speaking on the level of intimacy on this song, your other songs, Spoken and Listen, seem to have a similar atmosphere. Is it the trilogy or third song to go with that group?
Yes. Spoken and Listen, like if you just hear those, like the titles of those songs, like the way they're released too. I put out Listen first, so they would listen, and then the song Spoken, I spoke, so they listened, you know? And then I feel like this was like the final straw, and this was the one where I like really went out and like did all the things, all the personal things, all the real world problems that I had. So yeah, I feel like this was the trilogy. This was the third set to that group, and yeah.
From beginning to end, you seem to be talking to a person or a group of people. Who are you talking to?
Okay, so for the audience is like everybody basically around me, except for my friends like you and some other people. But the people who I'm talking to are like people that are close to me, but they're like really critical at me as well. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying like the criticalness is unnecessary. So I'm talking to them to like show them this is my problems. You have to stop. But
Yeah.
hence the title being Back into Reality. I feel like once I evolve from the EP, like after the EP, once I have evolved, I feel like my mentality has changed and everything else has changed. So yeah, my audience is basically my haters, I guess, and some more close people.
Okay, so throughout the whole of the song, you keep on talking about wishing to be someone else for a week, and then on to be a whole year, but then at the end of the song, you come to the conclusion that you want to be yourself forever. Could you please engage on that?
So, like the first line is like, I think it's the first line. I wish to be myself for a week or a day. So where I'm going with that like collection of repetitiveness, I guess, is that sometimes, or when I was in my fantasy, like not really like going back into reality, I feel like I wanted to be someone else because the criticism was too unnecessary, too much for me to handle. So then I slowly like grew up, like you know the trailer, you saw the old clips, and then I slowly grew up, and this is like me growing up still, but this is like the pinnacle of that. So once I reached the peak of me growing up, I wanted my mentality changed, and I wanted to be myself. Like I didn't want to care about like the insecurity of I want to be this. I want to be someone else, bro. I can't handle this. I changed my mentality, and I told them to like, bro, shut up, freak off, bro. Like get off of me and stuff like that. Cause they kept on like coming at me for like nothing. But throughout this whole song, I say I want to be someone else for a day, a week, and then a year. So that was me like taking all the criticism and like not wanting it to be on me. And then at the end, I wanted to be myself, cause that's where my mentality changed. And where I finally had the courage to say, man, to back myself up. So yeah, it's pretty deep, but that was the true meaning of it.
This song does indeed share somewhat of the same vibe as the EP monologue. Is there a true reason hiding behind that?
Yes, I feel like I really wanted the quote to like play out through the whole EP, and I feel like it did. And this was like the pinnacle of my quote and my monologue in the trailer. I feel like this was where I emerged from my fantasy of Dragon Ball. So yeah, I feel like it aligns really well.
Okay, also, when you spit the bar, all you do is just stay the same. Who are you talking to, and what is the character you're talking about staying the same about?
So when I said my audience, this is towards a more specific group, like I think it's like 7, 5, 6 people. But I won't say his name, or her. But they would stay the same, even if I changed my mentality. Like, but back then, obviously. But I feel like so that kind of audience, they would never change their criticism. They would never change anything. They would just stay the same. That's why, like, when I say that, I low-key yell, and I get a little, like, aggravated. And right after that, I say, I'm in anguish. So, yeah.
At the first glance on the bar, they always let me talk but never let me speak. The line seems to not make a lot of sense, but maybe it could have a little more meaning behind it. Could you please elaborate on it?
So they would always let me talk, as in they would always let me like conversate, but like when I try to say something real, as in speaking, they would never let me do that, or they would never like understand. So they would always let me like talk gibberish or whatever, but they would never let me like truly come out and say, hey, I these are my problems, and like this is what I'm dealing with. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Was there any real world motivation for this song to have the emotion it maintains?
Yes. Two of the biggest motivations were when I made the song Listen and when I actually dealt with these problems. So the song Listen, that was my first step into to saying like, I'm gonna be real for a second. Cause the first bar in freaking Listen is I'm gonna switch it up or something like that. So I feel like those are my motivations, and this was like the final step of that motivation, I guess, to like really talk about like real things. So
Throughout this song, you mentioned many things about your family. Are these thoughts true?
Yes, these things are true. I feel like none of them really support my what I'm doing here on YouTube, like my music too. Except for my dad maybe, but my dad really doesn't look into that stuff. He just asks to bring up a conversation. But I feel like they don't care what I do here. I think that they are thinking about me. They're like, oh, this is gonna be temporary. He's gonna get over it eventually. He's gonna stop doing YouTube. But I feel like I'm just gonna keep on doing this because what I record and what I post always like brings that nostalgia that I had in the trailer. So if I record this and look back on it in 20 years, it will be like, oh, remember when I did that? Dude, we had so much fun. And I feel like I don't feel like stopping because I have fun once I do the things I do anyway. So I kind of went off topic, but yeah, my family, I don't feel like they support me a lot, but in a way they kind of do. But I feel like it leans more to the not side.
Okay. And after the part about your family, you then go to mention two other people that you really like. Are these emotions for these people real?
Yes, but over the course of me writing that song, and I couldn't go back and change that, I feel like it bring down to one person that I really like, because I stopped talking to the other person, because yeah, they kind of stopped and stuff, but at the time before that, yeah, there were two people that I felt safe with that like weren't in my family, but yeah.
Okay, so speaking on the realness of this song, are there any specific real world stories that inspired you to say some of the things you did?
Yeah, obviously. It's basically the whole song, I think, but like a lot of the song is just the criticism that I take from other people. But, yeah, a lot of the things are stories and stuff, but I don't feel like getting into that because it may just leak things that I don't want to have on the internet. But it's just personal problems that I really, like, dislike. But in this song, I progressively get over that and change my mentality and then finally end up backing myself up. So
Okay, and then for the final question of this song, for the duration of the song, you appear to be very angry when you say, still that one dude who won't stop instigating. Who are you angry at?
I'm angry at okay, so let me explain something. So arguments, right? Every time there's arguments, there's always that third dude in the back who will like, oh my gosh, or something like that. They would just like add in unnecessary things, and I really dislike it. Okay, I'm gonna say this. My brother is one of those instigators, and it's really annoying. He like, okay, so you know how arguments like fire up some people, right? If you instigate and say like more dumb things that are unnecessary, it like ignites the fire to like freaking burn, and then the anger and everything, it will just build up, and it won't be healthy, bro. It's just really grinds my gears. Some people that instigate, it's stupid to me. But
Obviously, in this song, your voice is nowhere to be heard and someone else seems to be speaking. Who is this person speaking, and what is the history behind the mystery man in you?
So the person speaking in this song, I guess, is Afro Senju XL. So originally this EP was gonna be 6 songs, cause that is usually how long EPs are. But he posted a video on the exact day that I was gonna say, I'm done with my EP. So he released the video talking about the things happening in the world right now, because that was when like all the speculation about George Floyd happened. So he was talking about some real world some real world problems that was actually like correlating to me. So the message he said in there, I just took it from the video and then I put it on an instrumental that I also found on YouTube. But yeah, that's the meaning behind the Mystery Man and it not being me in the song.
Okay, on another obvious string to this song, the EP art changes again. Is there any other meaning to this, or is it just being a filter change visually?
So for the last two songs, I wanted to hold significance because it's like far away from the Dragon Ball, far away from the Dragon Ball theme in this part of the EP, because it steers away and then it's like dashes off, so it's like a long distance from that. But the EP art, it's not a change filter. I actually put effort into it. Like you could see the things that are different about this one, Back into Reality, and from those two. I erased the cracks. So Back into Reality EP art was like a little more violent, and then this one kind of calmed down a little bit. Yeah. So it's like, yes, I have accepted going back into reality as a calmer and better person, not in like a terrible way, not a terrible transition.
Okay, this song seems to be somewhat of a PSA. Do you have any comments about the last song in your EP not even really being an actual song and more of a message? What is that message?
I feel like, yeah, this song is more of a message. It's not a song that you would like jam out to, but it's not a song that you would like hate either in a way. Yeah. But I feel like the message of this is the hate in the world, it can never stop because everyone sings and stuff, but like the hate in this world is immense and some people have to deal with it. Actually no, everybody has to deal with it. And some people deal with it the wrong way, some people deal with it the right way, but like I chose this because it really correlated with my problem now. So I feel like the message really correlates with my EP, and that's why I put it in the last song, because that was like a kind of last minute song. But yeah, it's not like I didn't put any effort into that one either. But
okay, although this song has significance, unlike Back into Reality, this song does not have any visuals despite it also having a different cover. Is there any speciality to this?
I mean, in the visual there is a subtle visual change, but I know what you're going at.
Yeah.
I feel like this song's significance is that this is like truly my final step into reality. No, actually, never mind, scratch that. I feel like once I was in reality from the last song, I took the final step or the first step like from reality like farther into reality, I guess. So it's like this realm of just like acceptance of yeah, I'll deal with this on my own now or something. Yeah.
In the entirety of the EP, were there any bars that you initially said, I'ma say this, and ultimately changed it to make the song sound the way it is now?
Yes. In a way, yes. So, for the song Rosé, I actually used another instrumental, for that, but I ended up changing it because I felt like it didn't flow the right way. And that's part of the reason why the song Rosé sounds like a little crammed in the words, but I feel like the whole song was like remastered in a way, because I wrote some bars down to that instrumental, but then I said, nah, I don't think it sounds right. So then I changed the instrumental and I tweaked a little bit of the bars, okay. And yeah, the final of that was the song Rosé. So yeah.
At the end of the EP, you start to stray away from Dragon Ball references. Is that because you want to show that you're branching away from this so-called fantasy that you're stuck in your quote?
Yes, 1,000%. 'Cause I feel like the first part of the EP, I feel like that was the part of my fantasy, and then towards the end, I slowly took steps away from that fantasy and stepped into the reality of criticism, hate, and all of that. And then at the last song, it basically finalized that I know how to go back into reality respectfully and not like in a bad way, but also help myself deal with those kind of problems. So, yeah.
Okay. Also, was there any other difficulties outside of the on-screen song producing?
Yes. So, basically for the song Freeza, this EP was like over the course of like, I don't know, like a few months, you know? So, for Freeza, I went to Houston to do something with my dad. So I had a lot of difficulties there because I couldn't get things working like the way I would at home. But I feel like it worked out in the long run.
Okay, the instrumentals are confirmed that they aren't yours. However, were there any difficulties in using them in the process of producing your songs?
Yes. Actually, for Back Into Reality, it was gonna be like a 2-minute song, I think. But then I kind of edited it in a way where it went longer to make the longest song of the EP, I think. Also, for a lot of Dragon Ball audio, there's a lot of that. I had to go through so much Dragon Ball Z episodes to find the places where they said certain things and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. There seems to be a breakdown on almost every song where another audio from the Dragon Ball show itself has its own bit. You feel like there was a reason for it, or was it just because it was there because the beat went that way?
I feel it was like there because the beat went that way, and then I just added it there because it felt a little empty just having the instrumental go that way without any drums or without me rapping over it at all. So, yeah.
Going into the Dragon Ball audio, there's also snippets of Dragon Ball audio in the beginning and its ad-libs throughout the first collection of songs. Do you feel like that was the right move to do?
Yes, I felt like it was the greatest move I ever done in producing, I guess. But I felt like it really brought out more of the ad-libs being less dry and more like with like that vibrant I guess more packed part of the song or as ad-libs, I guess. So
is there a story, theme, or path that this EP follows? It seems to align with your EP trailer quote.
Yes. I think I may have already explained this, but I feel like the beginning of the song, or the beginning of the EP starts out as me in that fantasy, and then throughout the whole EP, I slowly emerge back into reality. So yeah.
Okay, and then to top this interview off, what is your favorite bar and your favorite song in the whole of your EP?
That's a tough question, you know. But I feel like my favorite song was all of them are really good, but I feel like if I had to choose one song, actually no, I have to choose 2 songs. My favorite songs were Back Into Reality and the Dragonballerboi Saga. And my favorite bar, I really don't think I have one because there's like a lot of references. There's like a lot of words. Actually, I know we're homies in the. What is your favorite song or bar?
So my favorite song was the Back Into Reality one, and my favorite bar was also from it. It was that one dude who won't stop freaking instigating because it kind of gets hard.
Yeah. I feel like I should like yell more in my songs. I don't know, but it sounds good because the beat goes in right after that, and it'll like go really hard. So
So this is the end of the first episode of the Acoustic Division. This is a collaborative between me and Moriah, so I don't want there to be anything like he's the leader. No, he's the leader. Anyway, this is the end of the Dragonballerboi Acoustic Division interview.
Yeah, this is a collaborative between me and Preston. I know this is a lot of me talking, but I mean it is my songs. But Yeah, I don't want there to be any sides to this. So, this is the first episode. There will be more on the way for like my album, my singles, and all of that. So, more music, more interview. So if you like this, comment down below, and we'll do more. All right.